In this video, you're going to learn exactly how compounding actually works, the real curve, the frequency trap, why starting early beats more investing, and the two silent forces that are eroding your wealth right now. This isn't theory. Every single point comes with real numbers, and by the end, you'll never think about money the same way again. You've been told compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. Every finance book repeats it. But there is one mistake that is costing hundreds of thousands of dollars. Ask anyone what compound interest means and they'll say it's interest on interest. Technically correct, practically useless. Because here's how most people actually picture it. Year 1, I invest $1,000, I earn 10%, and I have $1,100. Year 2, I earn another 10% on the original amount. That's $1,200 total. Year 3, another flat 10%, so I get $1,300. That's not compounding, that's simple interest with extra steps. In India, same mistake. You put 10,000 rupees in a fixed deposit at 7%, year 1, 10,700 rupees, year 2, 11,400 rupees, and that in year 3 becomes 12,100 rupees. Flat, predictable, and nowhere close to what compounding actually does. Real compounding doesn't grow in a straight line, it grows like a living thing. Slow at first, almost invisible, then suddenly violent. Let's run the actual numbers. One-time investment, $1,000 invested at 10% annual return over 30 years. Year 1, it's $1,100. Year 10, $2,594. Year 20, $6,727, and by year 30 it becomes $17,449. You didn't triple your money, you grew it 17 times. But here's what actually happened inside those 30 years. Year 1 to 15, you gained around $3,800. Year 15 to 30, you gained over $12,000. The last 15 years generated more than 3 times what the first 15 did. Same rate, same money, just time doing its job. The beginning feels like nothing is happening. The end feels like a machine printing money. And most people quit right before the machine turns on. In India, 10,000 rupees invested at 12% for 30 years. Year 10, 31,058 rupees. Year 20, 96,462 rupees. And year 30, it becomes 2,99,599 rupees. Nearly 3 lakh from rupees 10,000. The last 10 years alone added more than 2 lakh rupees. This is one-time investment. Later in this video, you will be shocked to see how monthly investments generate compounded returns. This is the part that should make you slightly angry. Two people, both invest $200 a month. Both earn 10% annually. Person A starts at 25, invests for 10 years and stops completely at 35. Total invested $24,000. Person B starts at 35, invests every single month until 65. Total invested $72,000. At age 65, person A has $556,000 and person B has $452,000. Person A invested $48,000 less, stopped 30 years earlier, and still won by over $100,000. Those 10 years between 25 and 35 are worth more than 3 decades of disciplined investing starting late. In India, run the same math with 5,000 rupees a month SIP at 12%. The gap between starting at 25 versus 35 is over 3 crore rupees by retirement. 3 crore from a 10-year head start. Time isn't just a factor in this equation. Time is the equation. But here's what the compound interest cheerleaders leave out. Compounding works in every direction. Inflation compounds too. At 3% annually, prices double every 24 years. So your $17,449 after 30 years in real purchasing power is worth about $8,700 in today's money. This is why leaving money in savings account at 4% while inflation runs at 3% isn't playing it safe. It's losing quietly every single day. Fees compound too. A fund charging 1.5% annually versus 0.1% on $10,000 over 30 years costs you over $25,000 in lost growth. Not from bad returns, just from fees silently eating your compounding base every year. In India, the difference between a regular plan and a direct plan mutual fund is typically 0.5% to 1% in expense ratio. Sounds tiny. Over 20 years on a modest SIP, that gap compounds into lakhs of rupees of lost wealth. Same fund, same returns, just a different fee structure. So here's what to take away. 1. Compounding is backloaded. The real growth is in its final years. Don't quit early. 2. Frequency matters. Know how often your interest compounds for you and against you. 3. Starting early beats investing more by a significant, measurable margin. And 4. Inflation and fees compound silently against you. The math isn't complicated, but most people never actually sit with it. And now you know. Comment compound if you're starting or restarting your investment journey today. Share this with someone who still thinks a saving account is enough. Next video, how credit card interest actually works. Trust me, you will never look at your credit card bill the same way again. Subscribe for more such powerful financial lessons.